Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, coming to you on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. Remember to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more deck tech videos like this one. And today we are playing Enchantments, Green-White Selesnya Enchantments, a deck that has been around since Kamigawa Neon Dynasty came out very early this year. There's a lot of enchantment powered up themey kind of goes together synergy stuff, starting with Generous Visitor, moving along to Kami of Transits, both cards that get stronger the more enchantments you play, and then Michiko's Reign of Truth, which gives a bonus on the first two chapters equal to the amount of enchantments and artifacts that you control. Jukai Naturalist is a cost reducer that makes the whole deck very explosive so that you can play your hand out very quickly. Sometimes on turn 3 or 4, you're already hitting the opponent for a tremendous amount of damage. So with all that popularity, what could the Brothers War add to this deck? Well, my favorite pick is Audacity. Audacity for 1 green gives +2/+0 and trample to a creature, and when Audacity is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you draw a card. This goes really well on the Jukai Naturalist or Generous Visitor, or even a Spirited Companion that has received a lot of +1/+1 counters or a buff from Michiko's Reign of Truth. This helps the deck push damage harder and faster and stronger while being a cheap enchantment that triggers all of those effects. And also the other key card that if you have the wild cards I recommend crafting is Brushland. The mana for this deck could be a little bit clunky, and they didn't always have the right lands at the right time. Brushland, paying the 1 life for your green or white mana, is actually really good in this deck because we make it up very well. The deck doesn't have a lot of removal. I like to run it very light on removal with just 1 copy of Borrowed Time and 1 copy of Touch the Spirit Realm. But it makes up for it with Lifelink. It absolutely sets the opponent back. It's a very hard deck to race against because the opponent will be trying to deal damage to you, deal damage to you, deal damage to you. You end up at like 5 life. It looks dire. It looks scary. But then you use Michiko's Reign of Truth to give a huge bonus to your Jukai Naturalist or your Catilda Dawnheart Martyr, which both have Lifelink, and then they swing in and gain you so much life and hit the opponent so hard that they can't really keep attacking you. A few more one-of spots. I like to play the Wandering Emperor because nobody really suspects it from this deck, so it's a very good surprise. And I like Hallowed Haunting. This is a card that a lot of people run more of, but I think one of is a really good number because sometimes you draw the Hallowed Haunting and you don't have that many ways to trigger it, or it's what's called a win more. You didn't need Hallowed Haunting to win that game. You just liked making a lot of spirits. I think 1 is the perfect number to keep from falling into the trap of trying to play too many expensive enchantments in a deck that mostly wants to go very fast. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the deck does with the new card Audacity and a better mana base. Let's dive in. Let the green-white enchantment nonsense begin. Okay, on the draw, kind of sad, but a very good curve. And still plenty aggressive even without our premium 2-drops. Looks like our opponent's coming in with Boros with Swift Spear. Being on the draw can be rough. We'll see what they have for the Visitor. We're just going to try to make a whole bunch of creatures on the ground. Yep. I'm a little saucy with that stuff. This is war. This isn't friendly magic. All right. So we'll take 1. The opponent now gets a lot of benefits when they play spells. We're definitely going to need something lifelinking, and soon. I don't think I'm going to block with the Visitor regardless. And I think they might burn it to the ground, so I'm going to attack. Looks a little dangerous, and it is. Hold on to your butts. We're about to get lit up. This is where going second is just too much. If the infantry didn't have trample, we wouldn't be in such a bad spot, because eventually we make some blockers for all this, but I have a feeling between Ancestral Anger, the infantry, and what's probably an angelic, what is it? An Angel Fire Ignition. I don't think we have much chance. Still, we'll give it a try. We got our loyal little doggo friends. We're at 13 life. I'm gonna keep picking away. Here comes the pain. Here it comes. Yeah, there's the ignition. I told you. 5, 6. Too big. Can't stop that. Gotta take it. But if that's the best they can do this turn, maybe we can do something with our turn. So what creature is going to swing? I think it's going to be this generous visitor here. It's going to get in there. Oh, do we hold this back? I think we do. Keep it a secret for next turn. I guess we can't attack then if we didn't play this, but that's okay. If we get in a swing with a huge lifelink creature next turn, our chances go way up. Do they have another Angel Fire? Another infantry. Oh, this is okay. We have a shot here. We have a real shot. They're having trouble keeping their finger on the gas. Their finger on the gas? Who hits the gas pedal with their finger? Their foot on the gas. Okay, there's the anger. And the trample. We can double block. And sometimes I like to do this hover thing, this quick hover trick, showing what I'm thinking about double blocking with, to try to turn them off from attacking, because I would actually rather they didn't attack, which is what they're thinking about right now. I'd rather they just didn't. Just don't. Just don't do it. But if I'm doing this, showing them how I plan to block, and they look at that and they're like, ooh, I don't like that. Sometimes they just don't attack. Oh, they're attacking. Okay, if I block like this and go to 1, it's really gutsy. So we're gonna throw in this Spirited Companion as well. The opponent could, they haven't played a land this turn, they could play a land and go play with fire, kill you if we went to 1. Look at these draws. So this is what we were hoping to do. Make a huge, huge lifelinking creature. And get out of range from the absolute beating our opponent is putting on us. 16-16, go! And we're back to 20, just like that. I can't believe we might get out of this. I thought we were just completely dead. All right, Baird can make 1/1s. Things get worse and worse as time goes on here. Kumano faces Kakazan, sure. All right. Giant Jukai Naturalist. We want to attack with some of these tokens, or at least one of them, because we want to draw cards here. We're running out of cool things. You don't want to stay out of cool things for very long. All right, 35. Draw, draw, draw. But as time goes by, those wedding announcements are going to keep making our creatures bigger and bigger. Their creatures keep growing too. It will be really impressive if they can claw back. That does have double strike. Those virtuosos can hit for huge amounts of damage, and Angel Fire Ignition can give them trample. There's the 1/1, the fourth wedding announcement. Oh, Shuffler, you're too good to me. Lifelink to the moon. Should have played this first. I kind of forgot that I got bonuses from playing enchantments with the Kami on the board. Bigger. All right, I want to draw another 3 cards. So we're going to attack with one of the 2/2s because it's not an enchantment like the Spirited Companion is, which pumps some of the other creatures. And the 15/15 lifelink. Come and get it. Oh my goodness. I wondered if the opponent was thinking about blocking with everything. We go to 50. Healthy 50 life total. 3 wedding announcement card draw triggers. 100% land. It's fine. It's fine. The opponent did the thing. Angel Fire Ignition on the Illuminator Virtuoso, growing all their infantries. Opponent? I guess it's indestructible, right? So it's just a lot of life to gain. We actually can't grow our threats this turn. If I turn them all sideways, how bad is that? It's not great, but I do need to attack with some, and I think the Portrait and the Jukai Naturalist are the answer. You and you. Roar! They're huge! Beware! We get an extra draw off the wedding announcement. See how many more lands we can find. Opponent thinking about taking a mere 11 here. Just a flesh wound. Oh, a lot of bad could still happen. That's why you have to gain as much life as you can. You never know when it's gonna run out. Oh my goodness. Keep going. Gotta keep going. Opponent's blocks are landing. Like, they are still... I can't believe this game continues. 84. It's the game of life at this point. Another Reign of Truth. All 4 wedding announcements are spent. There will not be more weddings to announce. Fresh out of weddings. But now this can pump the Trampler. And that's when things get really spicy. Oh, that's a good draw too. Nice. Yeah, it's something. See if the opponent has a removal that'll hit it. $20-20. Go team, go. Can't jump block your way through this one. They are trying to find it though. They are committed to this fight. And yep, I've also got to remember to throw some other creatures under the giant 13-13 and 18-18 buses. Play with fire my face. I hope that scry's a good one. To the bottom. Big creatures go smash. Just enough to exile the 2020. Well done. Heartbreaker. That now we have a flying 17/17 lifelink on deck. 100 even. Oh my goodness. That game was full of surprises. Absolutely full of surprises. Very exciting. On the draw, we have to start playing on turn 2 because this enters tapped, but that's okay. I think that's okay. We'll see. We draw an untapped green source. We're doing it. Recruitment officer. Okay. Nothing's okay. That's a very lucky draw. Nothing's okay against soldiers. They usually move really fast. Yep, Guardian. No attacks. Interesting. I would take that trade, but they're probably thinking they'd like to enlist next turn. Let's get the Kami down. This can be an interesting way to block a creature that attacks and is enlisting, because then we can get it back later when our enchantments go to the graveyard. But still, I think board presence is too important. So I'm probably not going to block here. Probably going to let the opponent have their scries. To the top. Great. I look forward to the beating I'm about to take. Alright, no Brutal Cathar yet, but Sky Strike Officer's a pain. Wandering Emperor, the one of. Ain't that something? Alright, so we could put a bunch of counters on this Kami, but it'll just get exiled eventually. I think we want to build up the Visitor as well. And who wants Audacity? This thing with an extra +2/+0 is pretty good. But I guess we're going to engage with the Generous Visitor here, and I don't think they're going to take the trade. So we'll go here. Put the counter here, the +1/+1 here. And we're threatening an 8-point swing, and I think we just go for it. If the opponent plays Brutal Cathar and takes this, they still have to deal with another 8 the next turn. Oh, they're going for the block. We get to draw a card from that. It's awesome. Okay. Do have a few too many Catildas. We're really looking for the next land. The opponent kept top, remember? And he should have a pretty good curve. Yay, more listing. You're supposed to be guarding New Benalia. You should only get to enlist when you block. But sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? Okay, Fateful Absence. Ooh, bad draw. But it's okay. Let's get a Catilda down. It does get pumped by spirits and enchantments. Counterspell? That's sneaky. I guess I have to keep attacking, because the Guardian's just going to plow through anyway. I mean, they did keep 2 on top, so you'd hope their turns would be that good. But this is the version that plays counterspells, and that is scary. What's it take to draw land in here? Seven. There's the land. Well, we know they play counterspell, so this Wandering Emperor is super risky. But we're very close to winning the game. They're very close to winning it too. Oh my goodness. Tough call, but I think we have to leave this back and kill this Guardian. But, oof. Do we do this now? We're definitely at risk of getting it countered, but I think we say go. They won't really expect a Wandering Emperor. They're gonna play Athalia. Oh my goodness, what a great time for that card. But we don't have to use the Wandering Emperor right away. It can use its abilities this turn.
Then guide it like water.
But it can wait to do it. All right, I put the counter on Thalia. Man, it is a crucial Thalia too. We're about to bring back the Catilda. Okay, nothing. So let's make some blockers.
Let your blade do the talking.
They're at 11. We can play Kami and Spirited Companion. It can be very threatening. I think that's pretty good. Let's go for it. So here is Kami. Here is Doggo. 2+1/+1 counters. And a card. That is a land. Now, I want to put a counter on my Vigilant Critter. And I want to push damage. Few things the opponent can do. They can trade First Strikers. They can block Guardian on the First Striking Samurai and discard their last card. And kill the Samurai. I'm willing to trade for that right now. They need all their resources if they're going to push through and beat me from this position. Because they are in trouble. It looks like they'll trade the First Strikers. And they get a 1/1 for that. Now they flash in the reinforcements. Ooh, am I dead? It's close. Am I dead? Let's find out. Block of 3, block of 3. No, I think we go to 2, but if they have an Anthem type effect, something that makes all their soldiers stronger, we could be dead. Otherwise, they have to stop Catilda coming back, going on a Kami, and swinging in for lethal. It's very close. There's a few cards they could have that win the game. One removal effect might do it. Yeah, a Brutal Cathar does it. Any kind of removal effect does it. But they only have one card. Is it good enough? Counter on the reinforcements. Full send. Ooh, scary. All right, here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One life. Guardian. And they're at 6. They're hoping I don't see this, but I do. Wow, we went to war, but we came back the victor. All right, our opponent is on the play, but we have a nice curve. Visitor, Naturalist, Hallowed Haunting maybe Wedding Announcement. Depends on if this creature actually survives. Speaking of surviving... Nope. No way. Jose. Let's try again. My beautiful curve. Just cut down so easily. Oh, gee. Just toss me aside, why don't you? Okay. Do we play the announcement or do we play companion audacity? I think we save these for after a hallowed haunting. So yeah, we'll play the announcement this turn. And then next turn, the hallowed haunting. It'll be protected from invoke despair. And then the turn after that, these will make a lot of spirits. And that's how we'll win this game, with a protected hallowed haunting. We're going to take damage from our opponent a little bit here. We're going to let a lot of this damage get in. We're trying to build a good board. Yeah. Raw. They did go nighttime, so now they have a glutton in their graveyard. But there aren't any creatures left for them to eat. They play white cards? They might have Path to Peril in this deck. Oh, okay. Legion to Ashes leaves the Hallowed Haunting. It's bold. That is a bold play, but this is not a card I expected to play against at all. Looks like they splash for it. Keep taking damage. I'm gonna keep taking damage to the last possible moment. Okay, that can help us beat the Foundry. If I go for the Audacity, and they have a removal spell, so major feels bad. But at least we get a token out of it. How many more spot removal spells do they have? Okay. One less. All right, let's get our attacks on. We're gonna need to draw some non-land cards. Takanuma, that's gonna mill 3. And they do have a Path to Peril, and they have no creatures in their graveyard. So they get nothing. You get nothing. A little bit desperate play from them. They could have attacked first with the Trespasser, and then gotten back the Trespasser when I blocked it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take out this Foundry. One less resource. All right, big draw. Failed. We failed. But they failed too. Yeah, check that graveyard again. Not much has changed. Not much for a glutton to do other than run into these 2/2s and die. And then I'm able to attack you. Oh, okay. The underdog. I think I just want to block here and draw. Come on. Deck. Deck. You're messing with me, deck. All right, over here. Going for 5. Oh, trades? Wow. That's another card. No! Deck, how? All right, so they must have drawn their Path to Peril, and they're going to kill all these, right? It's got to be it. Okay. It's underdog. I just take it. I think we're okay for a bit of damage here. Okay, they've got another underdog. But they're at 13. We gotta hit them. We hit them a few times, the underdogs become worse. My goodness! What is happening? All right, down to 9. Looking at 10 lands. 10! 11 if you count the Boseiju. The Hallowed Haunting hit the battlefield. I've drawn extra cards. It shouldn't be like this. They're not drawing 10 lands. It's not fair. I want a refund. They were right to just leave me with a Hallowed Haunting, weren't they? Because look at me. Look at me. I can't draw an enchantment in my enchantment deck to save my life. That is a card. It's a very interesting card. But it's not going to help me too much here. I just got to pass and try to cut down an underdog in combat. I've got something. That gains so much life. But that's, I mean, it is what it is. All right. Now what? They blitz their underdog. Here they come. They're out of stuff, though. No creatures in the graves. All right, how to do it. I could go to 1. Cut that glutton out of this situation. I could cut this underdog out so they don't draw cards. I think I know what I want to do. No cards.
I am almost sad to see you.
Block with the token. Don't give them food. Reign of Truth. Wow. Okay. Makes a spirit. Four. We're at 4 life, so I think I'm attacking with that and trying to block the glutton. If they top deck a removal spell, I die. I guess I have to hope they top a land. If I plus here, put a counter here, attack, put them at 5, and they top a land, and I block their glutton, go to 1, I untap, I get the bonus. This becomes a 5 again and a 6. They're not quite dead, so maybe it's not worth it. Probably not worth it. Do I make a 2/2? I think I put counters on the companion. I need to keep it alive. I need to keep it alive. But I'm a good draw from death no matter what. And this is where they draw Invoke Despair every time, right? Every time. This is where they break your heart. Like I said. This is where they break your heart. Gosh. Oh, that game made me so mad. Oh. We had the haunting, we had the setup, and Magic the Gathering.